Either I am doing this very wrong, or I'm doing this incredibly correctly and everyone can be impressed.
Hi, I'm Yuji. I'm a professional chef. These are my $628 omelet ingredients.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a home cook, and these are my $12 omelet ingredients.
Bye-bye.
That's right, go! I never loved you anyway.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients. Less is more.
What? I don't know what this is.
For my omelette, I was going to make uni and unagi omelets. This is a very popular way of eating omelette in Japan. I had unagi, which is Japanese freshwater eel.
Oh, it's an eel, because it's not... I thought that was the shape of its body, but it's like wrapped a little.
And abalone, both imported from Japan.
Is it like a scallop, maybe? I'll find out the hard way.
I was going to cook this with maitake mushroom to make a lovely rice base.
Oh, ketchup. Okay, this one I know.
For my omelette, I had a Hokkaido uni, pasteurized egg, plus homemade dashi made with kombu and then katsuobushi.
Bonito flakes I know. That I've used before.
I had sake, honey, and aged balsamic vinegar. For unagi kabayaki demi-glace sauce, all topped with grated daikon radish and an ikura, which is a salmon roll.
This is maybe a giant parsnip?
It was going to be very delicious and at the same time very, very difficult. Good luck, Emily. You're gonna need it.
God, are you there?
With Emily's recipes, I have simpler ingredients. You might find these in your pantry or at local grocery store. But with a little technique, we can make them even better. If I have to guess, these will probably cost me about $12. I got it? Yes.
If I had to guess how much this would all cost, I would say $192? What the Ow! So this is Chef Yuji's recipe book, and this is what I'm gonna be making today. Unagi and uni omurice. It's, I think pretty famously difficult, but like, that's what we're here for, right?
For this omurice, Emily is going to have a mountain of rice, and then she's gonna have a very runny omelette on top of it, and then she's gonna cut it, and then it opens up, and then the egg kind of runs over the rice. It's very cool, but technically challenging.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is prep my seafood. I need to butcher and roast my eel and butcher my abalone. This is gonna be great, this is gonna be fine. I'm actually not worried. We should probably get started right now though. All right, so let's just flip this sucker over. Wet. Well, that's brainy. Looks like a lobotomy.
So when you pick up abalone, you wonder how to get the meat out. Don't worry, it's very easy. And you're gonna try to put the spoon right in between the shell and then the meat, and then you're gonna go under the meat.
Well, this is definitely a first for me, but you know what? I think that this is gonna go great. I am choosing to maintain a positive attitude.
As soon as you separate the muscle, the whole thing will come out.
Look at this shell. Oh wow, that is very pretty in there. It's kind of iridescent.
And then you see there's a liver attached to it, so you're gonna remove it.
I'll deliver this back to Chef Yuji as a thank you present for this moment in my life.
After that, you are going to salt the abalone pretty heavily for about 5 minutes. What it does is it actually removes all the slime that is in the abalone, and it will make it much easier to clean.
All right, my abalone is doing its thing, so now I'm going to focus on the eel.
Emily's working with this beautiful eel from Japan. It comes already clean with the fillet, but the head is attached to it. So she's gonna have to separate the head from the fillet, and then she's gonna roast the head and actually bone together to make the demi-glace sauce. We're going to use every part of the eel.
I like the way the head feels. Maybe I should have a pet eel. Weird thought to have right now. I'm just going to broil this and roast the bones. How long do bones roast? I'll check it in 5 to 7 minutes and then see what happens after that.
All of the seafood that you prep will be made into dice. Abalone a little bit smaller and an eel a little bit larger.
My eel is diced. I'm gonna move back to my abalone.
You wanna make sure that you clean it until all the black slime is completely off the abalone, and then it's ready to cut.
This was not on my list of things I thought I'd be doing today. We've got like the soft, scallopy middle bit, and then there's like the chewy outer bit. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna figure it out together.
The texture is very crunchy when it's sashimi, but when it's cooked, it's gonna be very tender.
A lot of surprising textures going on in here. You might think to yourself, oh, I know what that feels like, but I don't think you do. All right, abalone done. I'm just gonna put it in a bowl and I'll move on to my sauce.
Emily was going to make a traditional Western omelet.
Kind of thing you could get at your grocery store almost by accident.
I'm gonna do something else. I'm going to make smoked ham hock dashi maki tamago. Dashi maki tamago is a traditional Japanese roll egg omelet with the dashi and an egg together. Dashi is traditionally made with a combination of kombu, which is kelp, and then a bonito flake. Since I don't have a dashi to work with, I'm going to work with ham stock. At the first, I'm going to separate the skin, meat, and bone from this ham hock. I actually never worked with a ham hock before. It smells great. Ham hock is a pork knuckle that is cured and smoked. My goal is not to waste any part of this knuckle. So I'm going to use some of the skin for garnish, some of the meat for the omelet inside, and then the bones for the stock.
So now I'm gonna make my demi-glace.
Demi-glace sauce is a French sauce that is usually used for omelet rice. But instead of making demi-glace sauce, I wanted to show a traditional way of making kabayaki sauce.
I'm gonna add my kombu and my bay leaves and my eel bones.
By roasting the bones of the eels and then reducing it with soy, sake, mirin, and then a little bit of honey and then balsamic vinegar.
The balsamic and honey, I think you'd usually stir in close to the end if you're gonna use them in a sauce, so I'm gonna let them hang out for a bit and figure that out later. And then I'm just gonna keep reducing this until it is closer to the general thickness of a demi-glace, which is gonna be reduced by another half to 2/3.
So I have broken down the ham hock in 4 pieces. Ham hock skin, and then the meat, bone, and then the sinews and tendons. Bones and tendons are going to be used for my stock. I'm going to add some of my skin as well. I'm going to be adding scallions. Often people throw away the root, but I'm gonna use it for stock. So simply I'm just gonna add water, just enough to cover the ingredients. I'm gonna just cover this pot, and then I'm gonna turn the heat high. For the rest of the ingredients, I'm gonna use it all for my omelet.
I'm just adding the rest of my honey in, and the rest of my balsamic. Give it a little stir. My eel head looks nice and glazed, weirdly enough. All right, my demi-glace looks, I think, reduced, so I'm gonna strain it.
When it's done, it will be just thick enough to sit on top of the omelet rice when it's poured over.
Voila. Probably what I was supposed to do.
So it's been about an hour since the stock started, so I'm gonna check how it is. Wow, the broth looks so creamy because of the collagens from the skin and then also the tendons. Wow, so much flavor. Yeah, I love it. Ham hock stock is strained. I'm gonna just cool this off, and then this is gonna be a really great addition to my egg omelet.
All right, time to make my dashi. I have some of this in my freezer, so this I actually know. I've got some soaked kombu here, and I'm going to put it in my cold water and just boil it for a while.
So the dashi is going to be mixed with the egg to make extra layer of umami flavor, and also it will make it a little bit easier to make the egg a little bit runny.
All right, so my kombu has fully infused this water with its goodness. So now I'm going to cut the heat and add my katsuoboshi, my bonito flakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there a clock? Oh, there is a clock. All right, I think it's time to strain this, so let's do it. Boom, baby. Oh, sorry. Dashi made, and it smells great. Hey, dashi.
So I'm going to make special garnishes for my egg omelet. This is the scallion white part. So I'm going to cut them into very thin julienne pieces.
So as you might know with omelets, they don't really sit around all that well, so I thought we'd talk now about the garnish. So I have my uni. Hey look, it's my rent in a box.
The uni that Emily is going to use is from Hokkaido, Japan, which is the most precious uni in the world.
I have my salmon roe, which again will just be popped on top as a garnish, but check it out, beautiful. And then the last thing I need to do is grate some daikon, especially given this very interesting tool that he's left for me. I feel like this is sort of maybe what it's supposed to look like.
I'm gonna add this into water. So water is gonna make the scallion crispy and also less bitter. And after this, I'm going to strain it and then let this dry out.
So I feel like that's kind of what grated daikon could look like, right, guys, friends, world, internet, Uncle Roger? So my daikon is looking good, I think, but it's a little bit wet, so I'm just gonna strain it to see if I can get a little moisture out. Those are my garnishes, done.
I'm gonna prep my ham hock skin, cutting this into julienne shape as well. I'm gonna add oil to a pan And then the skin will be fried and it will be super crispy. Like when I stop seeing these bubbles from each, I'm gonna just take it out. But it's pretty thick, but it really adds nice crunchy textures. Pork skin is crispy and ready. And also the scallion is dried out and curly. My garnish is ready to go.
I just gotta get ready. Gotta stay loose, you know? Fried rice time.
So Emily, it's time to make rice. You're gonna have an egg omelet on top of it.
I'm gonna add my oil to the pan. So I'm adding my mushrooms first, and then I'm just gonna season these a little bit. All right, those are starting to kind of brown a little, so I'm gonna add my onion. Okay, so now I'm adding my garlic. I'm gonna cut the heat, and I'm just gonna put this back in this bowl, and then I'm gonna do my seafood separately because I don't wanna burn my garlic. All right, eel, going in. All right, so I'm starting with my eel, and then I'm gonna add my abalone after, because it is what we in the business call smaller. So I guess I should probably add the abalone. Let's just add the abalone. I'm gonna put my veggies back in here, and I'm gonna grab my rice, and bing, bang, boom. We're on our way to having this done town.
Emily, I heard you love ketchup. I got my very favorite Japanese ketchup this time for you. I hope you like it because you're gonna be using a lot of it.
So this is Japanese ketchup, and very much an actual ingredient in Chef Yuji's recipe. I did not go rogue on this. Well, I actually do think that this looks right. I'm feeling good.
When the rice is done, you're gonna put the rice into a very pretty mold, and then you're gonna put the mold into the plate. So you open up, the rice will be perfectly shaped.
Hope I wasn't supposed to like spray this down with anything first. I'm sure it'll unmold. Okay, my rice is molded and ready for action.
Now I'm going to prepare to make omelette. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna cut scallion, ham meat, and bell pepper. I'm gonna make it pretty small so that I can roll it when I roll omelette. I'm not really a big bell pepper fan, but I'm gonna work with it. All the other ingredients are gonna make it super delicious. And then probably it's gonna be the best bell pepper I ever have. So I'm gonna just melt the butter. I'm gonna just cook the vegetables until they're just soft enough to eat. The ham is already cooked, so I'm gonna just add it at the very end to just warm it up. I'm putting these ingredients into a paper towel so that the excess butter will be absorbed. This part of my filling for egg omelette is finished. I'm going to move on to the next step.
Time to make my omelet. This is the hard part.
Emily, this is where it gets a little bit challenging, but you can do it. Not difficult techniques, but it is more time-sensitive technique.
This alone was a new and exciting technique that I'm gonna try. I am coating the pan with a little bit of oil using an oil-soaked paper towel, which Chef Yuji recommended. All right, so oil in the pan. I'm going to start cracking some eggs. Just a sploosh of dashi, not a lot. Give it a mix. I'm looking for like a uniform consistency on these eggs, like a medium. And I am gonna go a little lower than they would tell you to because it's gonna give me more time to not freak out. Between you and me.
The type of egg omelette I'm making right now is called dashimaki tamago. Dashimaki tamago means traditional dashi egg roll omelette. I have a special pan designed to make dashimaki tamago. So this is designed so that the thickness of the roll omelette will be even all the way. These are my chopsticks. I came from my apartment and I just noticed there are a lot of smiley frogs. Yeah, I didn't even realize there were frogs on my chopsticks. They're cute. Very encouraging, yeah. I have a very strong memory with this specific type of egg omelette because my mom always put this in a bento box every morning, and my wife does it every morning now for my son. 3 eggs. So this amount I think is perfect for the size of the pan that I have here. And then I'm going to add ham stock. This is gonna make the mixture a little bit more loose. Some people add heavy cream into it, but I think this kind of does similar things. Adding a combination of ham, scallion, and bell pepper. Okay, so the mixture is ready. This is the oil. You just wanna spread it evenly. If I do squeeze bottle, it would not be as evenly. I'm gonna just roll it. The first one would be just simple roll. Okay, so this is the first round, and I'm gonna push it up. Going to pour more, and I'm gonna add this cheese this time. Number 2 is done. I'm gonna do finale. More cheese. I'm very focused right now.
We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Nobody panic, we're okay.
And then slowly you're gonna start seeing egg is getting set, and then the outside will be a little bit more crunchy, and then that's when you start rolling.
Okay, my thought is once I know I can start folding it, I'll put the uni down the middle, do the other fold, get it on there as fast as possible.
Before you roll it completely, you're gonna add the uni in the middle. The trick here is you're gonna have to move it quickly because it's very time sensitive to make the egg right.
Gotta go fast, gotta go fast. That's a good amount of uni. Uni's very expensive. Don't break, don't break, don't break. Okay, all right. It's not the best, but it's not the worst.
This is actually the perfect height. So I'm rolling this up in a sushi rolling mat so that the egg will be in a perfect shape. So I'm going to put this in a fridge for about a half hour so that it's gonna be chill, which will make it easier to cut. I just took it out of the fridge, so it's nicely chill. Looks good actually, yep. Nice thickness all around. I see some cheese coming out. So I'm gonna cut this in 6 pieces. Oh, nice, that's kind of cute. Now I'm gonna add a cheese. Next, I'm gonna add a little fire. So it's gonna melt it and it's gonna make a nice char. And I think it's gonna add a really extra flavor. And then I'm gonna just add the scallions, crispy ham hock skin. And then I'm gonna finish with the black pepper. Wow, that's awesome.
All right, and gently, gently, gently. Okay, I don't know if it's perfect, but it is something. Ta-da! And this is my take on Chef Yuji's omurice.
This is my take on Emily's omelet. It looks great. I actually love how it's looking. Yeah, it's very unique. Hey, how's it going?
Nice to see you.
Nice
How's
to
it going?
see you. Yeah, very excited to see
Very
what you got.
excited.
Yeah.
So I have an omelet ready to go here, so we should probably do that.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Looks great.
Listen, I'm not gonna stand here and tell you it's perfect, but it's not the worst. So I have some toppings that I'll put on real quick.
Wow, that looks great.
Carefully, carefully.
Nice, it stays on top.
Yay!
Good job.
Thank you.
This is not easy at all, but this looks great. Yeah, this is exactly what I imagined. Yeah.
Do you want to dig in?
Yes, I will do it.
Okay.
It's so good.
You get like the flavor of the ocean, but then it's also like tangy and sweet and salty.
The texture of the eel is so firm. So everything else is so soft too. So that's the kind of the contrast that I wanted to create. And then I think you did very good.
Thank you so much. This looks so different from what I was gonna make.
Dashi maki tamago is a rolled egg omelet with dashi, but I didn't have bonito or kombu. So
Right.
I made a dashi stock with a ham hock skin, sinews, tendon, and bone.
You get like that smokiness of the ham hock in it. In a way that I feel like you wouldn't just get like in a Western omelet. I'm really impressed with how you like reinvented those 6 very pretty simple ingredients.
Yeah. When I thought about the dish that I gave you, I thought it was gonna be really difficult, and I honestly thought that you wouldn't be able to make it, but this is so good, and it's beautifully made, and the flavor is so good too. I'm very happy this came out, yeah.
I'm honored. Well, maybe next time you can make me the omurice and I can make this.
No, I'm not gonna take that kind of pressure. It's so hard to make.